My name is Ganesh and I am the sergeant at arms today. And we have to follow the ground rules. And the ground rules are ground rule number one: we need to just switch off or put our phone on the silent mode. I give you 5 seconds for that. Done? Perfect. Second, we need to avoid talking about sex, religion, and politics. Third, try not to talk in between the session when someone is speaking here. Rule number four, when you are coming from outside, or it is mainly for the next meeting, when we come late and when you see that speaker is speaking here, we need to wait for 2 seconds so that speaker can finish what is he or her is speaking so that you will not get distracted. With that, let me invite our president, Toastmaster Deepanshu. Sorry, Mrs. Shreya. May I have a request you to please stand up so that we can recite our mission statements. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which members has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. With that, let me invite our president, Toastmaster Deepanshu, who is youngest president of this club, and as to my understanding, he has taken almost all roles in the EC. Is there any role that you have missed?
I have missed essay.
Essay. Except essay, he has taken all 6 roles. So please put your hands together to welcome
Thank you all. Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh, for the wonderful introduction. Welcome, fellow institutions and respected guests. Welcome to meeting number 456. The number 456 signifies something very important. It means that this club, for the past 9 years, is meeting every Sunday and is helping each and every of its members to become a better speaker and a leader. Now today I have 2 major announcements to be made for our club. First is, like last year we have launched the Toastmaster of the Month award. The main significance of this award is to encourage participation in the meetings and to recognize the most proactive members in our club. The second thing is that I am sure you might all have observed the camera, the laptop. So from today onwards, we are going live. The main reason for this is that we were getting a lot of feedback from our members and guests to go live, so that it helps the speaker, whenever a speaker comes, they can go back, see how they perform. Also, I also believe when I participated in contests that self-evaluation is the best form of evaluation. With this, we have a very beautiful theme today about decisiveness by Toastmaster Abhishek. So before I introduce Toastmaster Abhishek, I would like to have our introduction of our guests. So, sir, your introduction.
Yeah, sure. So hi, I'm Anmol. I recently used to Gurgaon, actually back to Gurgaon. I was in Gurgaon for the last year or so. So for me, the main reason for trying this out is personal development as such. That is.
Thank you, Anmol. Welcome.
So, I'm Shreya and I have been here third time and as a guest. Yeah, and I'm going to uh, become a member for part of this club. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome all the guests. Please attend the full meeting, share your feedback with us, and if you want to know more about the meeting, Navcharan is always there. With this, I would like to invite our dashing Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Abhishek. He's a final year CA student. He's a trainee at video, and he's a very exceptional Toastmaster. I've seen for the past 1 week he's calling Vivek sir, Ganesh, me, how to take the PPT, what theme should I decide, what should be the word of the day. So this is shows that how serious he is for this role. So with this, Please join in hands with huge round of applause for our very own Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhishek.
So hello everyone. Hello. So let's just first go through our meeting structure. How this meeting should go forward. So this meeting consists of first three parts. First, we are going to have prepared speeches. The prepared speeches we have two speakers, and after that we are going to have evaluation section. And as you can see on the screen, we have first prepared speeches section and then evaluation section. Before that, I would like to introduce our joke master. Uh, he is Abhishek Soni. He is Toastmaster since 2022 and he is employed as a productive in policy bazaar. And he is into playing flute and traveling new places. Please welcome and put your hands together.
So the joke is start with the conversation between the son and the dad. The son asks a question to the dad. Dad, what is the difference between confidence and confidential? So dad is like to his son. You are my son, that I am confident. Because then GB is also my son, that is confidential. So another joke is that is a conversation between mother and his daughter. Why did you get a low mark in your school test? Daughter replied, because of absence. Then again, mother asks another question. You mean you are absent on that day of the test in the school? Then the daughter replied, no, my friend who was sitting behind next to me was absent.
Actually, I was just going forward and introduce our Toastmaster. Before that, I would like to introduce you the word of the day. So that is repudiate. The meaning of it is refuse to accept or reject. Sentence could be she has repudiated policies associated with previous party leaders. Hope you will guys use these words in our upcoming meeting or going forward meeting. And after that, I would like to introduce our general evaluator. He is none other than our Toastmaster Vivek. He is part of our Toastmaster since April 2022. He has done BTech and MBA. He is working in Vira 91 and TTC SCM planning. And he is passionate about learning new skills and watching and playing games. Please welcome our Toastmaster Vivek.
Good morning, dear students and dear guests. So today I'll be dealing with evaluator for the meeting. I will look after the entire meeting proceedings, how it's been running. So there will be different sections we will be having. So first section would be our speech section. Second section would be our evaluation section, and one another section will be the TMOD section. So I'll call upon my team also. So I have a team, auxiliary team. So auxiliary team will look into different aspect of communication skill. So I have a team. So I'll call upon first my Grammarian. So Toastmaster Tapesh is Grammarian. So Tapesh, can you just give your role?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
Today I am playing the role of Grammarian. And being a Grammarian, my role is to listen to everyone's word usage and whatever they are speaking onto the stage. It includes, and I'll be noting down any kind of incorrect usage of grammar or any malappropriation. It can be any grammatical mistake like singular work with a plural subject. So I just noticed like members has we just shared. So it should be members have. And in addition to that, there is a word of the day that has already been shared, repudiate. So I will encourage everybody to use that word of the day And whenever it is used, everybody needs to show a thumbs up. And at the end of the session, whenever called upon by the general evaluator, I'll be sharing the report. Thank you.
Next we have timer. So I would request timer to read the objective.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
As a timer, my role is to remind all the speakers how much time they spent on the speech so that we will complete our meeting on time. I will raise the green card when the speech is long enough according to your project requirement. For example, 1.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes for debate topics, 6 minutes for prepared speech. Yellow card will be raised when speakers should be aware of the time is running up, and red card when the allowed time is finished. For table topics, you should not speak more than 2 minutes. For prepared speeches, you should not speak more than 7 minutes. For all facilitators, the length of your speech is already indicated in your agenda. At the end of the meeting, I will be back on stage within my.
So next we have Akanda.
Good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
So today I'm playing role of AHA counselor. As a AHA counselor, I shall take note of the clutch words such as well, but, you know. So already we have used so many clutch words. Sounds like uh, repeat words such as I, this means this means. In addition to that, I shall also take note of long pauses, which are being used as a filler words, which are not part of regular sentences. And when called upon by general evaluator, I will identify it. Thank you.
So one more thing, so I would encourage you to our whatever day, and also I would request all the evaluators to use the CRC approach for the improvement of these features. So with that, let me again hand over the stage to our team of all.
Hello again, everyone. Hello. So let's just proceed with our theme of the day, decisiveness. Can anyone tell me what it means?
How to arrive on decision, how to take decision.
Yeah, a beautiful answer. And anyone else? Navcharan?
Art of taking decisions.
Yeah, the art of taking decision. How to take correct decision or a quick decision. Okay, so let's just proceed with our story. I will say, meet Mrs. Clara. Okay, she is the manager of a consulting firm, and meet Mr. Prakash, an IT associate. Okay, so she wants to fire Mr. Prakash, and why is that? Because Mr. Prakash always do only bare minimum of what is required from him. Though he is not without talent, he can provide or improvise technical problems with cheap solutions. But he has a poor attitude. He always criticizes or being critical on other people's ideas. So that's why Mrs. Clara already want to get rid of it. Now, what would you advise to Mrs. Clara?
To have a discussion with him, one-to-one discussion, explaining where he's lacking, so that he can start giving his best.
Yeah, that would be one
There is
solution.
a minimum 3 months period of time to improve himself. Recommend him what are the points and where the gap is lacking to that person and ask him to let's take 3 months of time, improve the in A, B, C, D step.
Yeah, that would be one of the.
So first of all, I'll appreciate that gentleman. On this positive thing, then I will not speak about bad about him. I will speak about his particular behavior which is not agreeable, not acceptable. So I will focus on those behaviors which he has to improve.
Following CRC approach.
And I'll begin.
Like as we all can see, we all are the part of Toastmaster. So we all are looking for only positive aspects. We never even look any negative aspects. But all of the people are not like just Toastmasters. So Normally we hear conclusions like she should fire him, or she should have something else to match with his potential, or she should give him another chance. But the way our mental activity works is like that. We take information just as it is. Like if you put much thought, you'll see that the way our brain works, it start taking opinion very quickly, start making opinion very quickly. It doesn't go through much of the ways to find out what more is inside that situation. So if you just saw that um, the normal tendency of our brain is that we all knew. Let me just close it. So the normal tendency of our brain is we all have already intuitive feelings and opinion about everything. Like and if I put something in front of you and ask you what do you think about it, so you maybe just have a glance of it, but you can figure something out from like scraps of information. Like I look something in this. Like if I put a man here inside, yes, here. You don't know this man. You just saw it, but you see that his hair is messy. You said something like his hair is messy. He may be not fully hygienic or not fully carefully organized kind of man. Like you find something scrap information, start making opinion, and don't know much about it. So like that shows that this is a phenomena called what there is all there is to it. We only look for the information that is in front of us and forget to consider what is happening behind it. That's also called a spotlight effect, where you can see that you have seen in the theater, like when spotlight is falling on something, that it illuminates that part of the spot, and everything outside of it is obscured. So we can't see that. We only see that part. We can't see all other black parts. So that's the thing about spotlight. But do all everything in that spotlight is enough for our decision making? No, because everything in the spotlight is just visible to us. But what about things that are not visible to us? In Mr. Prakash case, we all have that much information. Like he only do their minimum. He has a talent, but he lack initiative. He has a poor attitude, and his boss is thinking to fire him. So we already think that it's very critical condition. We can think of like everybody here thought that yeah, we can manage with some potential. Firing is not a solution, but we can't deny that there are more people who can think that firing is not a solution. There are some people who say that firing is a solution. What they missed? They missed some of the obvious reasons. We can see the obvious question. They didn't see what is behind the stage. They just saw what is showing, what we are showing in the spotlight. In that slide, I just showed him negative points. What would you conclude from that point? What would they conclude from that point? Should she fire him, or should she give him another chance? Just two simple questions, two simple answers. They didn't go with the various. They didn't float that spotlight over other part and see what's behind the stage. So like we can check into why not change his role? Yeah, why not change his role? As some of us suggested that we should change his role to match his strength, and we should give him a mentor that can set him ambitious goal, and then he might take initiative. And if he might love deeper, we can find out that his being critical to his people idea make his colleagues ideas to the mark up to the mark. Like he can make his ideas to the best. If we have someone critical to our ideas, like I have some ideas right now about anything, and I just present it to someone who's opposite view, he might give me some ideas that where I can improve myself. Huh? Okay, so what about this class? What makes us think that she is a perfect manager? She might be a terrible manager, and she didn't evaluate his skills very carefully. So that part also we haven't. Or the spotlight we have shown, it was not on the spotlight. But the thing is, spotlight only lighten the spot. Like everything outside is obscure. So we can't say that what in the spotlight is always enough to make a right decision. Yet developing an opinion was easy. We can take a readily information available and make it some opinion like that. Like I always used to do that, and I was so proud of it. Like I can make scraps of information and start developing an opinion. That makes me take a decision very quickly. And I was thinking that yeah, that's a good part. I can be decisive. I can take good decisions. But is it good? Let me elaborate with another example. Like there was an interview going on. So here's an interviewer and here's a someone who is carrying the interview. So the interviewer see that in his resume he has written that he is quick in maths. So the interviewer asked a question, tell me 39 into 45. The man quickly said 4,50,000. The interviewer said that is not even close with the answer. But the man said, but that was fast. Got that? So being fast is or not about right. He was not right. It's just fast. So I just felt after reading that book, I was just being fast, not right. I just took the scraps of information and made my opinion. But that doesn't always mean that the extract of information always represents the whole information. There might be that the whole information represents something else, and the scraps of information represent something else. Like the way we have shown, the scraps representing that Mr. Prakash is watched, like he is not worth anything in this company. But when we consolidated the whole of information, if we find every scrap of that situation about Mrs. Clark, how is she, how is Mr. Clark, how can Mr. Clark respond in different situations, that might be another circumstances. That might lead to another situations or another example. So the all I can say that moving a spotlight into various situations, various spots, and seeing what can more we see, and maintaining a distance from taking decision or making opinion. That can help us make a better decision. Like it's just a part. It can be seen as making a better decision. But yet, sometimes we forgot to move that spotlight and make decision. We just dwell on a small piece of paper, a small piece of light, and make our own decision. Sometimes even we forget that there is a spotlight. We see that everything we are saying that's the whole truth. There is nothing beyond that. But that's not true. We must have to keep in mind. And with that being said, what is the time? That no, that's prepared speech is time. Yeah. So with that being said, I would like to call upon now TM Navcharan. He is a member since May 2022. He is employed in RTDS. His hobbies playing volleyball, chess, and exploring startups. His pathway is presentation mastery and his project on level 1. This session is his icebreaker session, and the topic is it's an icebreaker session. So please welcome and put your hands together to TM Navcharan. It's an icebreaker session. It's an icebreaker session. TM Navcharan.
Please introduce the values.
And before starting TM Navcharan's speech, I would like to introduce his evaluator, TM Abhishek Soni. TM Abhishek Soni, please read his objectives and tell me what are the objectives he has covered in his speech.
So this is the icebreaker session of the Navcharan. Where we
Speak little louder.
Today is the icebreaker session of the Navcharan. So here the Navcharan introduces about himself and what are the hobbies he had. And Nikhil with the little bit about his background. So I give the bit, I share a bit. This is for the Navcharan in his icebreaker session.
Thank you so much. Thank you, TM Abhishek. Let me
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I've not heard the back. Please louder. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Great. So it's an icebreaker session. As the title is very clear. First of all, let me start with the situation. How difficult it is to find the right caption of your Insta post. Very difficult, right? It's the same with me when I was choosing the title to define my therapy in a single line. So that's what I realized that I should choose a line which is making of a man from boy. So I'm a 25 years old digital marketer working at RTDS company, real time data services, as a senior SEO executive with 4 years of experience in digital marketing. So I like chess, volleyball. I'm very keen in startups. I'm working on side projects on my startup apart from the company. So starting from my journey, I was born in a city which is often said as Dil Walon Ki. Any guesses which is the city?
Delhi.
Right. Right. So I was born in a middle class family in Delhi. Later on, we migrated to Gurgaon as my dad got a job in Bazaar Works Limited, and he did everything to fulfill my dreams. He enrolled me in a private school which he couldn't dreamt of for himself. And yeah, so as I got into the school, I done everything for myself. I belong to a humble family where they taught me how to remain humble and polite in every situation. So that made me humble, but I got disheartened with the small things which I didn't achieve. Likewise, when I got low marks in fifth class in maths, I felt very low, and everyone feels low, right? So my father said to me, "Do better next time." There is nothing in being regretful. So yeah, I I followed his advice and work on my shortcomings, but still I feel repudiated. And I forgot that he was working he started working at the age of 15 by doing some little gigs like book binding to support his family of 7 people and two my grandparents. So, and I am complaining on one side that he didn't allow me to enroll myself in cricket academy. I was very complaining about things that I didn't give. And everyone complains at that age. But we didn't realize the sacrifices that our parents do to make ourselves, to stand ourselves, right? And in the school, I had a regret of not being a better public speaker. At the age of like 15, I went to the stage. I tried to play, like sing a song, but I was not able to do that because I didn't have the public speaking skills. I was shivering. I literally cried at the stage. And they said, and everyone said, "What happened to you?" And this continued in my professional journey. When I was having a meeting with my CEO, they were asking questions in the interview, but I literally got nervous. I didn't utter a word clearly. So that's in the COVID, I realized I need to work on this skill. I need to work on my public speaking skills. And finally, in this year, I enrolled myself in Toastmaster to become a better public speaker, a better leader, and a better communicator. So yeah, and one of the interesting things that I would like to say is the things which we don't work on becomes a regret for later. We should not work like that. I have been a procrastinator for many years, but I stopped doing that. I expect the same from you. Thank you.
What an inspiring story that was. Like being absolutely no idea from public speaking, and he has come a long way. But we all have a long way to go. And to our next, sorry, we have 1 minute silence for this feedback. Please give. Okay, please open your groups and share your feedback to Mr. Navcharan. For guests, for guests.
Who's going to share it to us? I'll share it with Anmol. You message me tomorrow. Ask the address. Okay.
So the 1 minute is over. I can see some of you. So it's time to introduce our second speaker. He is the Toastmaster since April 2021. He is employed in Gardner. His hobby is watching sports. He has a pathway of storytelling at level 3. The title is Rocket Boy. So before that, I would like to introduce his evaluator, TM Bakul.
Yeah. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today we have a speaker, Toastmaster Vinod Sharma. He is on his pathway, presentation mastery, and he's at level 3, where the project is storytelling. And for the member, for this project is to practice a story within a story of a speech, or speech itself is a story. So it's a question of practicing storytelling to this particular project. Title is Rocket Boys, and timer, the time is 4 to 6 minutes. Good luck. 6 to 8. I'm sorry, 6 to 8 minutes. I stand correct. 6 to 8 minutes. Good luck, Toastmaster.
TM Vinod, the rocket boy, the rocket boy. ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है? मैं बिना बेझिझक से कह सकता हूँ, सारे जहां से अच्छा. How does India look like from the top? I can say it without hesitation, better than the rest of the world. This was the iconic conversation between the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and squadron leader Rakesh Sharma on the eve of 4th April 1984. Rakesh Sharma was the first Indian to reach the space. This is a classical underdog story. How did India reach to the space? Hello fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I am Vinod Sharma and today I am going to narrate the story of India's space mission. It is a Rex 2 space mission. And India at the time of 1947 was the same country which was suffering from the malaise of poverty, unemployment, illiteracy, caste discrimination and many more issues. But how did the same country made it possible in just 4 decades the mission of space? Well, it was possible due to the collective efforts of whole nation, but there were 3 individuals who made this mission possible. These 3 individuals were the strongest pillar of this mission. I am going to call these individuals the rocket guys. And I am going to tell you the story of the rocket guys. So let's start with the first rocket boy, that is Homi Baba. Homi Baba was someone who was born in 1909 and he was born to an affluent Parsian family. His family had a great connections. So Homi was someone who used to have his breakfast with Tata family. And after 10 years, another rocket boy was born, Vikram Sarabhai. And Vikram Sarabhai was born to a Gujarati industrialist family. And again, the connections of the family were great, and both of these guys were really intelligent. And if there is an anecdote where Rabindranath came to Vikram Sarabhai and he said, this guy is either going to be a great saint or a great scientist, and we know what he became. Homi Baba and Sarabhai's life matched uncannily. Homi Baba and Sarabhai were a prodigious child. Their families were rich. They had great connections. They both went to Cambridge to study, and unfortunately, they had to go back to India because of the World War II. Now, during World War II, when they came back, they went to C.V. Raman, a physics laureate, to ISC Bangalore, and they started studying together. Now, just imagine a room where C.V. Raman, Homi Baba, and Sarabhai are sitting together and discussing things. The kind of intellectual discussions these guys will have. The
the same thing was happening there. Vikram Sarabhai and Homi Baba decided to stay back in India to make it a developed country from an undeveloped country. They both had their missions. While Russia and United States were fighting to to show the world that they want to go to the space and prove that they are the strongest country in the world, these both guys were working to make India's mission possible so that they can use the satellite to actually help the poor people. Vikram Sarabhai was someone who was interested in space, and Homi Baba was someone who was interested in atomic energy. And then these both guys worked on a mission to launch our satellite or to be in space. But this is a great mission. This is not a small one, and they needed a political backing. That's where networks come into picture. Homi Baba was the closest friend of Jawaharlal Nehru, and Jawaharlal Nehru used to call him Bhai, whereas Homi Baba used to call him dear Jawahar. And he pitched in the plan to him, and somehow they launched that plan. Now, all the things were good and things were moving fine, but they needed someone who knew the missile in a much more holistic manner. And that's where the third rocket boy comes into picture, the missile man of India, that is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was born to a boatman, and then he went to IIT Madras. He did his engineering there. He was recommended to Vikram Sarabhai, and Vikram Sarabhai sent him to aeronautical NASA. And there he learned about missile and became the main person behind the mission. And these three audacious gentlemen made the mission of space possible. Now, there are key learnings how these three individuals made this mission possible. First, their love for science. So there is this thing. Homi Baba went to Cambridge to study engineering, but realized that physics is something which he loves, and he started working on physics. Second, networking. Vikram Sarabhai had great networks in terms of top aeronautical engineers and scientists, whereas Homi Baba was someone who had a great political backing. Third, love for country. Well, APJ Abdul Kalam is known as People's President, and these both guys left their shining careers to develop a country. In the end, I would quote APJ Abdul Kalam's quote, that is, we all have talent, we all do not have equal talents, but we all do have equal opportunities, and we can capitalize that. And I feel Toastmaster is the best place to capitalize all those opportunities. Thank you so much.
That was very good. So I would like everyone to give feedback to TM Vinod. So 1 minute is over. After that, let's proceed to our theme of the day, decisiveness. So we just learned what are the problems, what are the main essence problem of our decision making. That is seen in the spotlight. But what we can do to improve our decisions? Like let's go forward with. Can anyone suggest an idea what we can do to make our decision right? Can anyone say careful analysis could be a thing? Like we can do a deep analysis of the things we are covering, and we can take our decision based on that.
Try to understand the respect of that impact that can have.
Yeah, like every impact of that situation we can calculate, and then we can take our decision. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Anyone else?
But it also depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Say, for example, you are in a forest,
Yeah.
and you are in front of lion. You cannot do a complete situation and then
Yeah.
attack with this.
You won't have time.
It's all about thinking fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to think fast also.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So let's understand careful analysis with an analogy. Like people have said that careful analysis doesn't stand a chance if it isn't given a fair hearing. I am with a careful analysis, if I am not given a fair hearing with a guy who is opposite view of me, then the careful analysis is completely useless. That was the saying. So let us understand with an analogy. Like we let's imagine ourselves entering into a courtroom. This is a door, this is a judge place, and we enter into a courtroom. Now here is a prosecutor who has made a presentation of why the accused should be guilty or he should be sentenced, and he is showing a presentation with a 20 beautiful and compelling slides. So he just started a presentation. The judge is looking at the presentation. Judge has challenged him on few points, but the prosecutor has remarkable answers, like damn solid answer. He just gave him to the judge, and the judge is convinced, like yeah, the man should be sentenced. Do you see that this scenario is anything shocking or little different? Do you find anything shocking in this scenario?
Yes.
What is missing?
So we have not heard from the entire game about the situation and evidence. We have just heard one part, one
Yeah,
person.
the defendant is missing.
Defendant.
There is no defendant. Like the prosecutor has done his research, but what about defendant? If he isn't give a fair hearing against the defendant, how could judge conclude that this man is right? We can't say that. Like if we have done our careful analysis, but we haven't gained anyone a hearing with an opposite view or different view, or who is capable of rational discussion, how can we say that our careful analysis has leading a right conclusion? Maybe what we wanted to see, are we seeing? That is like what we are looking for is just we are looking. We are not finding anything different. We are not searching for evidence that contradict our opinions. We are just wanted to see. We are just saying that if we want something like if we want information on something, we just find out on Google in our way. We do not find opposite. So the way we can do this is by having a process of talking with someone with an alternative view who is capable of having rational discussion. If I have an idea and I have done a careful analysis on that on YouTube or Google or on other channels, but if I haven't discussed with someone who know well enough with these areas and who have opposite view, what can I know best that my plan is superb? Like he can give me some idea that I can inculcate in my idea and make it best, or maybe my idea is total trash. What I am looking is just I have inculcated. Maybe it's not the right thing. I have what I want to see. I have just procured that only. I have not procured everything that is needed to be done in that part. Like so, the author has suggested a process to have your careful analysis and you talk with someone who is capable of having rational discussion and can give an alternate view about your idea. The second one we can say is moral algebra, and I'm sure that many people are using this. The moral algebra is proposed by Benjamin Franklin. We heard that name, na? So how that moral algebra come into play? Like the Benjamin Franklin, he was approved by his colleague, asking him to advise about should I join an job offer that was very unusual thing. What did Dr. Benjamin Franklin replied? He replied that I don't have sufficient information to give you an opinion, but I will give you an idea that will help you to draw your decision. And what did he give? He did to divide the paper into two parts. Give pros in one side, give cons another side. Take this piece of paper for 2 or 3 days. Whenever you are having any thought of any pro, write it down. Whenever you realize something else is upon, write it down. Take 2 or 3 days with a calm mind, because we can't say that in 1 hour we can recall every pros and every cons, understand every situation, every scrap of information. So take 2 or 3 days to make this paper, and then strike it out as by giving proper weightage according to your situation. If you see one pros is cancelling another con, cancel them out. If you see two pros is cancelling three cons, cancel them out, and then you find a balance, and you can make a decision. That pros and cons cancelling can be vary from person to person. Maybe you don't want to cancel one pros with one cons or something like that. But this moral algebra can help you with your decision making. Yeah. So we can use that. And the third is widen your frame. Like we just in previous session talked about spotlight. So why don't we move that spotlight a little bit around and see all type of information? What we are seeing is maybe not completely true. What we are seeing maybe that was meant to be seen by us. That is not the total situation. We can move a spotlight and wait for a few minutes or take a while to make that decision, make a difference from the decision, so that we can have understanding of the situation. So that's all for the theme. And with that being said, I would like to call our general evaluator, TM Ummed. Let's proceed with our second session, second part of our Toastmaster meeting. It's table topic.
Before that, let's have 1 minute silence for
Yeah.
One minute is over. So Ganesh, sir, what time it is?
It's
It's
table
table
topic.
topic time.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
How's it, Josh?
Hi, sir.
Sure, that's great. So we had two great speeches and very nice TMOD. So very well done. And now it's time for table topic. Table topic is called thinking on the spot. And I'm going to tell you the rules. And our timer already indicated that the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. At least we need to talk 1 minute. And maximum we can talk 2 minutes, and we'll be having 30 minutes extra. While table topic, we will be, so it is mainly for the guests. So there will be some random topics that we have to choose, and you'll have to think on the feet here. You have to come here, you'll have to think, and you'll have to talk. And there are different approaches to take care of the table topic. Around 8 to 10 approaches, and I remember that once our Bakul Bhai did one session for how to take the TMOD sessions. Sorry, table topic session. And the general approach is the Oreo approach. Oreo, where O stands for opinion. So whatever topic is there, you need to give your opinion. R stands for the reason. Why you think that this is the reason for your opinion. Then E stands for the example, and then again O is stating your opinion again. So this is the generic approach that we follow. And I have got some interesting topics today. Yeah, let me keep the items here. This is one helicopter. It's a bit broken, but do not go by that. There's one remote. Yeah, and we have got something. It works. Yeah. I've got a lock. I've got a vessel. I've got a car. I've got a 10 rupee note. And I've got my response. Yeah. And the theme is story. What is the theme? Story. Yeah. You have to build stories or tell a story from your childhood, from your life journey, whatever way you can think. So you can create any story on the spot as well. Is that clear? Any doubt? Who would like to come first? Someone who has not taken any role from members? I think everyone has taken to it. Yes? Okay. Then who would like to volunteer? I would request members to come first. Bakul bhai. Whistle.
Whistle. So I have got a whistle, and based on the whistle, I have to create a story. I would like to tell you how do I use whistle to manage time. I'm a trainer. I keep conducting training all the times. And most of the times what I have seen is people have a tendency to come late from the break. You all might be attending different sessions, right? In your meetings, in your conferences, multiple places you might be going. And when the break happens, after 15 minutes, if everybody is standing out, we also think the time is still not over. So there is no need to go back. Seeing this habit of typical Indian mentality, I started using whistle. In my laptop bag, I always keep a whistle. Whether I am the host of the meeting or not, but I take an informal leadership in everywhere I go. The moment the break is announced, and then 2 minutes left for the break, I take out my whistle from my laptop bag and I start whistling. I catch attention of the people outside and then I tell all of them, now only 2 minutes left, my dear friends. You all have to go back to your room. So whistle can become one of the best tools for time management. Every time I have used it and I have found it has worked for me in bringing discipline for the people who are generally indisciplined in their time management. So such a small tool can also be useful for you to create a better life, better discipline for yourself and for the people around. Thank you so much.
With that, it's time to begin. Yeah, those must be recognized. Aeroplane. So he has got an aeroplane.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh. Aeroplane. I think all of you must be remembering your first aeroplane flight, right?
Yes.
How many of you remember?
Yeah.
All of you. And even I do remember my first flight to Bangalore from Delhi airport to Bangalore. But there are many things about aeroplane. It is not just about covering the distance. You also meet very interesting people in aeroplane, and you don't know who are you going to meet. In one of my flights, Delhi to Mumbai, one of the cricket player, he was playing for India, I met. He didn't play for a long time, Salil Ampola. Some of you maybe know.
Yes.
So we had a good chat in the flight, and then I tried to keep some communication beyond that. But somehow, that due to his busy schedule, we could not continue. This aeroplane always excites me. The only thing which I have been always, you know, very repudiate about going uh, uh, airport not on time. So since I have been traveling all my career, there have been many instances where my family had to literally run from the main gate to the catch the flight. And sometimes once we go inside the plane, then I take really one good breath. Now we did it. And this happens every time. Somehow in my mind,
It is completely filled. This is time saving machine. So why I should travel through car and even recently last week I went to Chandigarh. I went by plane. My HR team, they said, we'll go 2 hours before. I said, I'll go just 45 minutes before. What is the fun of going Chandigarh by plane rather than car? So I use this also as a time saver. Thank you.
With that, I would like to invite guests. Would you like to come back? Please come. Please come. You can use anyone. So I want to give you treat to you.
Anyone use?
Anyone, yeah. Shreya, please come. Let's put a hand together for Shreya. Yeah. You have good choice, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, I'm Shreya, and yeah, this is a watch. Actually, I also had a story when I was in class 2. That time I was not able to recognize what I say, don't know how to watch, how to know the time from watch. So that time I had an exam, and it was a oral exam. And my one of my teacher, math teacher, called me, and he asked me about what is the time on my watch. That time I was not aware about, and the watch is there was a only line. There was not mentioned number. Then it was very difficult for me to get what is the time. So that time it was very tough for me, and I got 0 marks in my math subject. So this is my story. Thank you so much.
Great.
With that, yeah, please come.
We have one more guest.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, so he has got remote.
Remote. Remote. I guess everybody uses remote, right? And I use it mostly every day. And you know, here you can see lot of things, which you can use for your comfort. So here the temperature which I use is 24 degrees centigrade, which makes me very comfortable. When I sleep, I always fix my 24 degrees centigrade temperature and I sleep very sound. And like whole night, I don't even like, feel any kind of background, you know, disturbance, just because of this remote. Because this remote sets the time, sets the temperature. And if you want to make a lot of changes through this remote, you can do it. How you can do it? So let's assume you want to observe the ambient temperature. So manually we are not able to do it, right? But just because of this temperature, your temperature automatically will get fixed. It automatically gets switched off and then automatically it will switch on. Just because of setting the timings. Right? So can you understand how it is useful for you? So this is a kind of item which everybody should use while at home or while at, you know, I guess this is for AC on, but there are a lot of types of remotes we have, right? We can use in our cars, right? Just to play the songs, or at somewhere else. Like if you want to use your laptop, right? You can use the remote, right? So there are different types of remotes we have, which are helping an individual or any kind of people in society. So it's a kind of innovation which is helping humanity. and I guess we should use these remotes regularly so that we can make our life comfortable.
Thank you. I would like to invite another guest. Please come. Anmol. Please come. Come.
Next time.
There is no next time. This is next time. Please come. Please. Yeah. Put your hands together. Then go for it. You don't have to go for it.
Watch.
Watch. Yeah.
So I don't have any stories, frankly, because I don't remember much. Frankly, I have a lot of incidences and I forget most of them. So for me, awards is somewhat a little special as compared to other things, because it's one of the first gifts that I remember from my father. So basically, it was कि हाँ मेरा birthday तो ठीक है we're going along. शाम में अचानक से इवेंट हो अरे यार चल we go to a fast track showroom. It was kind of new then. I don't know much. So we just went to the showroom and I randomly put my hand on a random watch. कि हाँ I like this one. So without even thinking about कि finances क्या है जो भी है, it was a 10K watch then. That was around 10 or 12 years back. So उस time बिना देखे ही went for it. हाँ ठीक है तेरा passion है तो let's try it. So that was just a small incident. Frankly, I watch that I'm wearing. That's been with me for 10 or 12 years. And that was one which my father got as a gift, and I had taken it from him. मुझे पसंद है मैं आपके ले रहा हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मुझे चल रहा है. So watches have a different weird relationship. Many people like to collect cards, many people like to collect notes. For me, it would be a watch. That's it for my side.
Do we have more time?
Yeah.
So we have a few more. Who would like to come? We have one more game. Let's go. Best please come. This is lock and key. Yeah. There you go.
Students. Yeah. It was the next new Sunday for Neha. And after the weekend had passed, when the Monday arrived, Neha was still going for a new, again the same Monday morning blues for the office times, right? But this time when she reached office, her boss called and said, hey, someone had presented a cabinet as gift for you for your performance. Neha was like, this is not a regular office gift. Who would give cabinet? You could give me a raise for some money, right? Now she went to the cabinet, and the cabinet had steel kind of lock with a key, and there was a note. This note was, I am a well-wisher, a secret admirer of your work, and I am giving you this magical cabinet. Every day, you can make one wish and open this lock. There will be nothing in the cupboard, but that wish for that day will come true. She was like, this is some prank or some Santa Claus gift office events that happen in the office. So she was like, let me try it out. She wished to have an increase in her salary, standard IT improvement that we all know. Every IT employee wants increase in height. She asked for that, she opened the lock, the cupboard was empty. Next day, a notice came, we have 80% salary hike. She was like, hey, I didn't even give an interview and I got an 80% hike. She was excited. She thought it's a prank. This time she said, I'm lonely, I want to get married. She opened the lock the next day, the cupboard was empty. Next day, her Tinder profile got a match, her Shadi.com got a match, her parents got a profile, and she had 20 options. She said yes, and within a month she's married. This went on for 2 days, 2 years. She got a husband, she got a child, she got rich, she got famous, and she was so busy that she had office for like 18 hours because of to maintain all her fame and wealth. And then one day, she returned home. She kept calling the door because she was late from work. And then a lady opened the door. I said, oh my God, you came back so early. Your husband said you'd be late. And she ran away. She realized that her husband was having an affair. She spoke with him, and he said, you don't give me time, and all the blatant excuses. She went back next day to the office. She went to the cupboard, and this time there was a note. Are you happy? Yeah. She asked, she wished someone would have come. The man who was her secret admirer left a note saying, sometimes everything that we wish for is not what we truly deserve. That's the end of the story. Over to you.
Right. Tapesh, would you like to know? We are left with three. This is yeah.
Can be not. Good morning, Dr. Masters and dear viewers.
Good morning.
Do you know when the currency was invented? And until you tell me, I won't speak.
It was a time when we are looking to forward to relate with the other country, other civilization. Like when we are looking for to predict apart from for since I have some piece of rice in my life, I want to buy some fruits. No, I want to predict, and I need something to predict myself. In
So
favor of-
basically, the barter system
Yeah.
was replaced by the currency. Correct? So that question was just for asking that I don't know when the currency was invented. But something that we always look after whenever we want to enjoy what the world has to offer us, we look for the currency. But I so much impressed by the previous speech that we should not just go after something that we want for our desires, because there are other things that we should that are even more uh, valuable in our life compared to currency. So I would just share my opinion that in your life, just identify the things which are more important to you. It's not only the currency, but currency is also important. With that, I would end my speech.
Thank you.
Yes, Joseph, would you like to come? Okay. So, how much time do we have?
We have another 10 minutes.
So, we have got two left. Deepanshu, would you like to? Only two left now. Wow. How does it work?
So good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. So music is my topic. Now music is something that I have a very personal relationship. I have recently developed it. So around in 2019, just before 3 months when lockdown was started, my mom brought a big piano for me. And she bought it from an auction. And she said that from tomorrow I am going to make you start your classes. My first reaction was that first of all I'm 18 plus now. Let me make my own decision. Make my sister go, but she said no, you will go. She will not listen to me. So I said okay. So I started going to this piano classes, and in these piano classes I found this flute. So the teacher there, the Guruji there, he played flute, and I'm telling you, it was so mesmerizing. Like the first time I heard flute, and he played it so so easily, so fluently, and it was so because we were in a small building, so there were around five more people there, and everyone was like still when he played flute. So that reaction made me excited to play flute from there onwards. So I ditched piano. My mom was very angry about it, and I started playing flute. So that is how I learned flute. So what I am here to tell you is that recently I read this book about Burger King's founder, and he shared something when he retired around 65. He retired very rich, and he had a very boring retirement. So in his autobiography, he shared something that always had one hobby that you play for yourself. Like for example, let's say you play your hobby is to play badminton, but badminton is something that you need someone else, a partner with. For example, lockdown happened, you can't play. So have a hobby that you play for yourself. Let it be selfish, And when you will play for yourself, your happiness will grow, and you will always have something to do when you are bored and you don't like. Thank you.
And then we are left on the last round. So, like, you know.
So I would love to discuss regarding the of my father, who is at the age of 62 and look forward to learn the driving. And since you are at the age of 62, many people do not look forward to go and discover new things around the world. And my father has been taken his step to go forward and drive the car. And now, who is the teacher? My brother is the teacher who is going to teach the father the elder. And he is my younger brother. Since he is the youngest brother of my family, he used to suffer. He used to say that I will teacher, I will teach you how to drive the car. My father, the first day, look forward to let's go in the morning at 6 o'clock. And before that, my mother has a tendency that he sleep at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So waking him up is also a big problem for my father. Because he used to solve a lot when he getting at 6 o'clock. But anyhow, my mother is too happy that now today is the time I'm going to teach my father. Because the whole year, whole set of my life, my father teach me. Today I can go the one opportunity. And my father wake up at 6 o'clock. It was the first day. And he taken his step. So we went nearby. The road is totally vacated in the morning at 6 o'clock. So my father and my brother went there. And my father taken a driving skill. And after that, he started learning, started asking various questions to my brother, and my brother practically replied, keep replying over there more and more. But at time come when my brother started talking over there, like, hey, my brother started learn that my father will not going to learn it until I start pushing him. Because driving the car sometimes my father is like he will not look forward to drive the car because of the risk of killing the person, because of this kind of risk of getting accident. But my brother kept pushing my father for the next 15 years. And finally, after a lot of give motivation to my father learns of driving car. And now he will drive the car in my home. Right.
This is the rule. Whether we need to say and then. Great. How was the session?
Good.
Good. Would like to invite our Toastmaster of today, Toastmaster Abhishek.
So it's time for evaluation part. So I would like to call our GE evaluator, TM Ummed.
Good afternoon again. So, feedback again. So this is the session actually where everybody wants to hear more. When we come here for the feedback, and somebody said feedback is the breakfast for the changes. So if it is a breakfast, then why should not we take it? Right? Because it is going to help us somewhere, sometimes in our life. So with that, let's start with the evaluation section. We have uh, first evaluation. So for that, let me invite our first evaluator, TM Abhishek, who is going to evaluate TM Navcharan's speech. So which was a kind of ice-breaking speech. So over to you.
Thanks. Good morning, all. What is inspiring speech? Navcharan. When I look at the Navcharan ice-breaking speech, I found out that this was not the first speech in the lesson given in his life. The communication skill today you showed in the isolation is far above what I see many ICT sessions in the NCCC club. You have the loud voice that you started with the good morning. You just fill the entire environment full of energy by saying the good morning in the louder voice. All the person is excited and look forward to hear your speech. Because of the voice, the starting voice you put over in your speech and a very well introduction about yourself. There, and if I look at the entire space, you keep communicating to the entire audience from from the day, from the starting of the speech to the last of the speech. You keep communicating, you keep looking to the entire audience and communicating to all. Along with this, if I say you have really used the it says from here to here, keep moving throughout the speech. But at the same time, I will look for the document that by moving, you taking a step, take back, and something like that. So it sounds like you at one point of time you are giving a positive that you are looking a step to all the person. But at the same time, if you have done something like that in that way, it also gives us the audience that you are just walking in and connecting left to the right corner, right to the left corner. And the hand gesture that you showed in the entire space, it's full of it's showing how well you are setting your story, connecting your story with your hand and showing the audience that the space that you deliver has a huge connection from one door to the other. And if I look and summarize the your space in one go, it is I can say that it is full of content. It is full of inspiring, motivating the other speaker as well. If I look at the base, once they will go to the who has won with the your space, he will look forward that he wants to be have such kind of exciting session from his in his next space. So that's my work.
Next we have TM Bakul to evaluate TM Vinod speech.
Rocket Boys. The speaker started with a conversation of the Prime Minister with somebody. Who that person was? Rakesh Sharma. The speaker spoke about three rocket boys. What are their names?
Vikram Sarabhai and APJ Abdul Kalam.
And APJ Abdul Kalam. Speaker did an excellent job. Why I say this? Because whatever speaker spoke, audience remembers. So the first quality of speaker is leaving an impression and leaving a message for the audience to carry forward. That is first thing. Now let me get into some good part of the speaker. If you want to create a first impression, your dressing has to be the best. And you could see the speaker at the best dressing. When speaker is well dressed, audience cannot take the speaker for granted, and that was clearly visible. Second, the confidence. When a speaker came here, he was standing firm on his 2 feet, and that showed his confidence. So that is the second part I liked about the speaker. When it comes to the Rocket Boys, speaker started with a captivating story of conversation between the Prime Minister and an astronaut that was an anchor. So in any public speech when you want to start, you should always anchor audience with a captivating story. And speaker did a great job there. Would you all agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. Now, when he went into the subject, the command over the language and the kind of words he used, like laureate, prodigious, right? I mean, I don't know the pronunciation. You can correct me later on. So some of the good qualities of the language when speaker uses, that also creates an impact. There are many areas like body language, where hand gesture, confidence, all these things were good ingredients of the speaker rocket voice. But in storytelling, there are some areas possibly speaker could have focused on. One is voice modulation. Particularly in storytelling, role playing of different roles in the story, the real storytellers, they create an impact by changing the voice modulation of different characters in the story and create a vivid image of every character. Possibly that could have been used. Second, utilization of time. 6 to 8 minutes of the time which was given, possibly speaker could have utilized full quota of time. And last thing, generally, a good speaker utilizes entire stage very effectively. But speaker was standing right here and narrated a subject-like story. In storytelling, more you move, more impact you can create. So that is one of the areas possibly speaker can focus on. But overall, it was a captivating rocket voice story. Over to Navcharan.
So next we have auxiliary evaluation section. So I would like to invite first our founder, TM Ummed.
Thank you. So what a great day. So I'll start with my report. Start with Sergeant at Arms, Postmaster Ganesh, completely flawless. Toastmaster Deepanshu, during your table topic, use so 3 times. Otherwise, you are flawless. Toastmaster Abhishek Rai, for your TMOD session, you used so 3 times, use 5 times repeat word and long pauses couple of times with some filler words. Joke Master Abhishek Soni, in your Joke Master section and evaluation section, used so multiple times. Toastmaster Ummed, you have used so 3 times. Toastmaster Tapesh, completely flawless in all your table topic speech. Toastmaster Navcharan, yes, you have used so 5 times, and long pauses couple of times, and there were another few words you have used multiple times as repeated words like right. Toastmaster Vinod, completely flawless. Toastmaster Bakul, you see table topic completely flawless. Toastmaster Shreya, I appreciate you from first speech you came on the podium to this. You delivered well speech. Just 2 times so and 2 times Toastmaster Ummed already given, but your total 5 times were so. Yes, 1, yes, 2, Anmol. Toastmaster Anmol, you have used so 5 times and up 2 times. Guest, third guest, just 2 times so you have used. Otherwise, no clutch word. So overall, maximum times clutch word has been used. So few repeat words and few filler words. Thank you.
Next we have our Grammarian. So I would like to invite our Grammarian team.
Good morning once again. Good morning. So before starting to share the good usages and not so good usages, about word of the day, it was used twice. It was used by Toastmaster Navcharan in his speech and by Toastmaster Vivek. And I will need your help wherever I get stuck. So I'll start with SAA, Toastmaster Ganesh. In the oath, you mentioned members as. So it should be members have. President, Toastmaster Deepanshu. So here I need help. Deepanshu shared theme about decisiveness. So it should be theme about decisiveness or theme for decisiveness.
On decisiveness.
On decisiveness. Okay. TMOD Abhishek, we have two speakers. It should be we have two speakers. No error on joke master in the speech of joke master. Then again on TMOD. Mr. Prakash, do bare minimum of what is required of him. I think it should be Mr. Prakash does bare minimum of what is required. What do you advise to her? Again, I need help over here. So it's ideally, I feel it should be what do you advise her than to her, who is not required. There was one incomplete sentence. Start making opinion. We can see all other black part, should be all other black parts. Someone, so you use someone who is giving an interview. So for that, the word is interviewee. So interview and interviewee. Interviewer and interviewee. What can more we see? So it was written jumbled up. It should be what more we can see. Some really good usages were careful analysis, rational discussion, inculcated, moral algebra, widen our frame. So those are some very good usages. Toastmaster Abhishek, no errors in the beginning, in the evaluation objectives. Toastmaster Navcharan in his speech, the good word usage was procrastinator, so really good usage of that. One opportunity or an error that I observed was I done everything for myself, should be I did everything for myself. TM Vinod Sharma, I think some really good usages were collective efforts, anecdote, uncannily, prodigious, and I think it was subject or agreement. I think strongest pillar should be strongest pillars. So the three pillars we're talking about. In table topics, Toastmaster Ganesh, you said there are different approach, should be different approaches. Again, one help I need in Toastmaster Bakul's one sentence. He said, I start whistle. Is whistle a verb as well? Or it's just a noun? Like whistle. So when you whistle, is it like whistle a verb as well? Or verb a noun? So that's the right one.
I want to listen, then you say listen. Then you can being continuously listening.
So it's a verb as well as
Listen is a word. Listen. I'm listening.
So no error on that. And with other speakers in table topics, I didn't find any errors, except in Toastmaster Abhishek. The improvement was like, whole life my father teach me, should be whole life my father taught me. And my father taken driving classes, should be my father took driving classes. And in general evaluation, Toastmaster Abhishek, okay, communication, today you showed, should be you have shown, then show. That's it. Over to you, general evaluation.
Next, we have our timer, Team Ummed.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. First of all, I would like everyone to applause for ourselves because there is no disqualification today.
Wow.
So on the detailed timer report, I'll start with Joke Master, Toastmaster Abhishek Soni. He took 1 minute 30 seconds, again allotted time of 2 minutes. General Evaluator Toastmaster Vivek took 4 minutes, against allotted time of 5 minutes. Abhishek Rai, TMOD took 7 minutes in the first session, 7 minutes in the next session, and 3 minutes in the last session. So it is almost 70 minutes against allotted time of 20 minutes. Toastmaster Navcharan in his speech took 5 minutes against allotted time of 6 minutes. Toastmaster Vinod took 6 minutes against allotted time of 8 minutes. Toastmaster Bakul took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Vivek took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Guest Shreya took 1 minute and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Ummed took 2 minutes 5 seconds. Guest Anmol took 1 minute 10 seconds. Guest Indrajit took 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Toastmaster Tapesh took 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Deepanshu took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Toastmaster Abhishek took 2 minutes. In the evaluation session, Toastmaster Ummed explained initially his role for 1 minute. Toastmaster Abhishek Soni took 2 minutes and 48 seconds against allotted time of 3 minutes. Toastmaster Bakul took 3 minutes 25 seconds against allotted time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And in the auxiliary role place, Toastmaster Vivek took 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Tapesh took 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So with this, I will.
Thank you, community, for sharing this. So now I'll present my report. So I'll start with the good part. I guess everybody would be happy with me. It was a great meeting we had. Right? So from good part actually, I'll start with the camera. So we started using the camera, and I guess this is going to be a kind of magic for everybody who will join this meeting, because this is a kind of thing which makes you perfect. Because you will observe how you are standing here, how you are behaving here, how you are delivering your speech. Right? So I guess it is going to make a significant contribution in our life. And we will come here every time in every meeting. Second thing, the TTM topic, how he built the entire kind of combination about the kind of equipment he brings, and then how he made it to the story for all the audience. So this is also a kind of combination which makes you as to think about how, like, two things actually can come together and how a person can use it through a story. This is also one of the things actually which we can think we can use in our journal life also. Third thing, the attempt. How speakers were not able to they were not thinking to come forward over here, but still they came here and they justified the attempt. So which is a kind of great work. I would like to clap for them. Third thing, I have seen in Toastmaster people are using it, but sometimes actually we forget to use it. That translation of Hindi to English, which was used by our speaker TM Vinod, and it was a great attempt. He was able to remember that I need to do the translation of my Hindi word. And then fifth point is usage of time. Everybody was able to finish their task within the time. This is also one of the things which makes you perfect. So when you do your transactions, your work within the time, it makes you perfect. And sixth one is how first time speaker and first time keyboard role player came forward and did the kind of justification with the role. So TM Navcharan and TM Abhishek, so it was a great attempt. So let's have a cheer. They really did a great job, coming over here and like standing here for like 20 minutes, and delivering his speech. So it was commendable. And TM Navcharan, the way he used the entire podium and the way he delivered this entire speech, it was great. There were few things like which we need to improve, I think. From mission perspective, I mean, we start, Toastmaster has a mission. So when you have already explained that, let's, let's start with the mission. Okay, so you have already said to the audience, so they know like we will start with the mission, right? So now again, when we start, taking the order, to that point of time, actually we should say Toastmasters mission is no. We should start with the objective directly to provide, right? To provide, right? So this is how actually we can start. So overall, it was a great meeting. I would like to say, like you said, we are before the time, and so looking forward for more great speeches and more, the kind of level of sessions we have. Yeah. Thank you from the speakers.
So I would like to call President for further his view.
What a great session, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was really amazed by Toastmaster Abhishek's speech, TMOD session. I have a little idea about decisiveness, but he came with this moral algebra, careful analysis, and I really related by Toastmaster Navcharan's story. It was an icebreaker speech, emotional, but he shared it. It's very difficult to present your life journey in front of people. And Toastmaster Vinod was, rocket voice, a fantastic speech. He had this energy and a great, topics, a spellbounding session by Toastmaster Ganesh. A really interesting session we have today, and obviously MCTC is famous for its evaluations, and today's evaluation was no other than it was great evaluation to the point, encouraging the members, encouraging the speakers. Now, what we have for today is that we are going to, like I said, for the Toastmaster of the Month award. So I encourage all the members to keep on participating. If you have any doubts, you can also reach out to any EC members. With this, let's start with our guest introduction first. So, guest feedbacks first. So, sir, how do you like the meeting? Do you have any suggestions for us?
Frankly, I don't have any suggestions. Navcharan's speech was one of the best ones. Other than that, this story, I thought over the top. So, nothing from my side.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was a great meeting. And every day I come here to learn. And yeah, I must say I learned a lot from here. So yeah, this is a great thank you.
Very much. Indrajit, right?
So this day was very energetic. Specifically, I would appreciate Vinod because from previous meet there was a lot of improvements that was showing the results were showing. One improvement would be in the term that after the Grammarian announces the word of the day, have to pretend somewhere with the meaning on the board or in the WhatsApp so that people can remember that this is the word of the day and this is what I'm using. Because once the Grammarian announces after that, a lot of time passes through different speech, people may forget that there was a word of the day. So it would be better to have presence.
Yeah, a very fair suggestion. We'll definitely go for that. Vinod, for those who don't know, Vinod is our area director for this term. So, Vinod, thank you very much for coming. Your feedback for our meeting.
Thank you so much, Deepanshu. I think the meeting was wonderful. I learned a lot. So every club has a different vibe and every club has a different way of conducting meetings. So in terms of table topic, I learned a lot that there is a new way or innovation which we can also do in our clubs. So, and you guys have some wonderful evaluators and that helps to improve your skills. So wonderful club, and I'm looking forward to this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's have voting first. Toastmaster Abhishek, have you shared the form?
And it's same form will work, right?
Yeah, same form, just refresh it. Can you even check is the feedback going? I don't think it's.
I have already submitted, but in table topics, the names were different.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is updated in the English. Yes, ma'am, do you have the form? Okay. Abhishek, can you help guests with the form, please? Yeah, can you share the QR code with them? So that you can scan it. You can just share the QR code with them. Show the QR code with them. Yeah. Still we have the voting. I have also one major announcement to be made. That next week we are having a very exhilarating Toastmaster Rupinder, to conduct a TMOD session in our club. He is a very experienced Toastmaster and he has won many accolades in District 41. So I request you all to please attend next week's session. It is going to be a very fun session and also with other role players also. So till we have voting, can I request Toastmaster Tapesh to please come for his felicitation as a president in the past CC? Claps, guys.
Photograph also.
Yeah, it is something.
From all angles it's fine.
May I also request Toastmaster Abhishek, please come for his role as SA in the past CC.
Smile, please.
So do we have the voting done?
Yes.
Abhishek, can you share your phone?
Certificate.
Okay, certificate.
Certificate is
Yeah.
it's already signed.
Yeah.
Just if you give me the name and right names.
Abhishek, you gave the name to Vivek. Apart from this,
Yeah. Sorry? How do I find this one?
yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
So let me take the roles for the next week. So the speech is already, all three speeches are filled. So we have role available for evaluation. Tapesh. Who else wants evaluation? Anybody evaluation? Speech evaluation? Okay. TMOD would be taken by Toastmaster in the next week.
Okay.